It says create once, use everywhere. We have the dictionary where we create elements that we can use anywhere in the application. We manage all kinds of resources. If we need to modify them, we can make the changes in one place instead of making them in every single place that are being used. This way, we avoid the duplication of data, and the information we transfer is lower, facilitating implementation, maintenance, etc. As we can see here in the presentation, we can see some resources from the dictionary that we can use in reports, dashboard, processes, forms, rules, webs, portals, etc. In galleries, we have the following sections. Create CSS for button panels, for dynamic forms, for text, fonts, and images. Firstly, let's see how to create a CSS style for button panels. So for that, we would go to Structure, we go to Dictionaries, Galleries, Style for Buttons, and then we will click on Create. Here we have to configure the following sections. Design button panel background. We can see in this example it is gray. Button panel border, I can change the color, add weight to the line, etc. In this example we can see that is red. Button design. Here we can give a style to the button border. Up to now we have seen how to design the background panel, the button panel border, and the button border. We can also design the buttons so they have a different appearance. We can design the button so it has a different appearance depending on whether the button is in response or when it has been clicked. As you can see in the example, the button's appearance changes. Section A is to design the button in response, and section B, the design for when it is clicked. You can design both from here. From here we can choose a color or an image for the button. You can indicate the name of the button in the place you use it, but you choose the font, text, color, size, etc. here in Gallery. Finally, the peripheral images allow you to add an additional color or image on both sides of the button. This option is very useful to create buttons that expand according to the content. Let's go now to the application and let's go to Structure, Dictionaries, Galleries, and let's create a style for button panels. Let's go to Create, and let's add a name. We are going to call it Button Panel Style Demo. Let's add here in width 13 and a color. In button design when at rest, let's add a color as well here. Text 12 and color, let's add white. Okay, line left. As for the button design when clicked, Let's add a color as well. Text. Then align again. Left. And let's add a green as well here. Save. Save and exit. As we can see, the style we just created is here. Now, if we go to the vertical frame, we can see that this is the button panel, but we also have, like for example, if we click on family of records, we have submenus. So we're gonna go to gallery and create a submenu style as well. So we go to galleries again. Create. And we're gonna call it submenu style demo. We're gonna add button border 12, color, button in design, we're gonna add a color as well. Text 12, align left, and let's add color green. And for button design, when click, again we will add a color. Size, we'll go for 10. Align left as well. And let's add the color white. Save, save, and exit. Okay. So if we go now to structure, okay. First of all, in this vertical frame, we have publishing spaces. So we can add contents to these spaces. To do that, we just go to structure, as I was saying, and then we will go to employee portals and content types. Once in here, we'll click on button panels. And as I can copy an existing one, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to copy the employee portal classic neon default. Okay, so now I will just have to change the name. Change it to button panel demo. And here we will have to add the styles we just created. So in style, we're just going to add button panel style demo. Okay. And in this one, the menu style demo we just created. Save and exit. And done. Once the content have been created, we can go to the publishing spaces where we want to use them. For that, I will go to portals, so structure again, portals, employee portal, portals, and in vertical frame, we click on button panel, and here we find the one we just created, button panel demo, save and exit, save and exit, And if we refresh, we will see the changes. Okay. So if we go back to the presentation, the next thing we're going to learn is how to create styles for the forms. Here we can see that A is a title example, B a content one, and C a description one. You can see I have created a style for the title, one for the content, and one for the description. I can also create buttons. As we have seen before, when we create dynamic forms, we can give a style to the fields and we can create a style for the buttons. In this case, this button in the example has course call to action style. We can also create sets, okay? So we can choose all the style options here. If we create a set, then when I create a form, I can apply just the set without having to define its field style individually. I can leave some of them blank, and if I do this, the system will apply the default style. We have already seen the styles for button panels and for dynamic forms. Let's see the CSS styles for text now. So let's go back to the application. And as always, we will go to structure, galleries, styles for dynamic forms, and in fields, we will create one. Let's call it text in edit mode, size 10, align left for the green color. Background, yeah, we will leave it like it is, white. Okay, now we can copy the existing one and can change the name. And I'm just gonna remove the white background. Save and exit. Let's copy it again. And now we're gonna call it numeric fields in edit mode demo. We're just gonna change here. We're just gonna align right as they are numbers. And copy a last one. Change the name. And again, the numbers, let's put it right. Okay. After creating this, we can create a style for the buttons. I'm going to create one. So if we go to buttons, create, I'm going to call it something simple like button demo. Okay, and in type, I'm going to choose image. As we can see, we have in response design and mouse over design. So let's add a green color. To the background. In shape, let's add height 40, text 14, and let's add white text. And in mouse over design, let's add a light green color. Background, shape high 40 as well. Text, I'm gonna leave it in 11, and add another lighter green now. And save and exit. Okay, and the new style is here. And we can also create sets. So let's create one. Let's call it set demo. We're going to leave some of this blank. edit, now read only. Numeric one, numeric read only. And in here we will just add the one we just created and save. As we can see, we have created a set as well. So now we have created the new set. I'm going to show you how and where to use these styles. So for example, if we go my tasks and start process and we find product request, we can see the appearance of the form, yeah? You can see black text and then the blue color. So let's return now to structure and let's go to processes, product request, and let's configure the IM form, dynamic. And if we go to form properties, we can see here that we have course set. So we're going to change it for the one we just created. Set demo. Now save and exit. So if I go back to my tasks now, so go back to my tasks and start a process, start a request, we can see that the writing now is white and the button color has changed to green. If I wanted to change this, I will have to go back to form properties in the structure and then change the complement background color. Okay. We have already seen how to work and create styles. Now we're going to learn how to add or change fonts. In this gallery, we can find a series of fonts by default, but we can also add as many as we like. It is essential to attach the file in a TFF format, which is compatible with most browsers. Once the font has been added, it can be used in different places, for example, with style for button panels. Besides that, we can add images. On one hand, we have the images of the system, the default ones, and on the other hand, the private ones, where we can add as many as we want. The private images can be deleted, but not the system ones. Let's imagine we use an image from the gallery in different places. If we modified it in the dictionary, this change will be applied to the image, no matter what is being used. Let's go back to structure now. Now, I'm going to upload an image and a font that I have previously downloaded in my computer. So we go to galleries and then we can go to fonts or images depending on what we want to add. Let's add first an image. Okay, and we can here, if we select system, we'll see all the default ones. Okay, and if we go to private ones, it's the ones we have been added. So if we are going to add one, it would always appear here. Every single image we add, it will be here, not in system. So if we go to add new and browse, we need to find the one we want, which is called logo. So save, we can see that's here already, and save and exit. Okay, and our image will be there already. So if we go to images now and private ones, Okay, it's here. Now, fonts is similar, so we have here all the fonts we can use. If we want to add one, we just click on add. Again, remember the TFF format. And I want to add Vertigo one. So save and exit. And it should be here. Now we have learned a bit about galleries. It's your turn to try part 1.